You're watching Filter Kaapi. My name is Sudhir and we are talking about the different entrance examinations taking place in different cities of India. And today was the turn of the COMEDK examination, that is for admission to 20,000 seats, the private professional courses in the state of Karnataka. Roughly 70,000 students were slated to take part in this examination. Now, in an earlier video, you would recall that I had said that the standard operating procedures, the SOPs that examination authorities say they have put in place, that they are being implemented, are nothing but substandard operating procedures. Yes, that's right, because even though the authorities insist that they have learnt lessons from the mistakes made by exam authorities in different other examinations in the past, clearly that is not the case. Let's examine what happened during the conduct of the COMEDK examination today. If the visuals one is seeing on social media, especially on Twitter and Instagram from different centers is anything to go by, it is certainly not a pretty picture. And once again, the problem is the same, showing that lessons are clearly not learnt. The space outside the examination center, it's crowded, there is no social distancing, it's unruly, it's haphazard. So let's look at these kind of pictures. I believe that in short, it's an invitation to a health disaster. Look at these pictures. Now, what is happening essentially is that everyone is allowed to crowd around the gate to the exam center. Students, parents, other vehicles, just about everyone. There is no regulation of any kind. So basically what's happening is that when petitions are filed and the courts are assured of the SOPs by these different exam authorities, they speak only about the classroom where the examination is actually conducted, where social distancing, to be fair to them, is largely adhered to, right, at most centers. The problem, however, is with the area outside the center, the gate outside the center, the area leading up to the gate, the lane, the street leading to that particular examination center, where the authorities do absolutely nothing to avoid overcrowding of any kind. They do not ensure that social distancing norms are adhered to in this space, which also should be considered as part of the entire SOP process, as part of the entire examination center domain. We saw that happening during the Karnataka Common Entrance Test in July. We saw that happening during the UP B.Ed examination in August. And we saw the same thing happening during the conduct of the COMEDK. There is absolutely no coordination with the local administration and the local police, the local Thanedar, the local SHO, who can actually help them in ensuring that there is some kind of a discipline, some kind of a crowd control, and definitely adherence to social distancing, right? Is it difficult? In my opinion, not at all, because the police, I know, are trained to cut off lanes and streets by putting up barricades and regulating how many people can actually enter a particular area. Why is it that that is not done? Why is it that the exam authorities do not coordinate with the local Thanedar to ensure that this kind of regulation is done? Why is it that queues are not formed in the proper manner, and when queues are formed, why is it that do gaj ki duri is not maintained between two candidates? Why does this kind of basic stuff not happen during every entrance examination that we have seen in the last fortnight or 3 weeks now? Why is every candidate standing in such close proximity to each other? Why can't it be ensured that parents drop off their children, say about 200 to 250 meters away from the gate of the examination center, and they can just walk through that remaining 200 to 250 meters to prevent these kind of very scary scenes outside every examination center? The problem is that the inability or perhaps the disinterest of these examination authorities in putting these SOPs into effect outside the examination center is quite apparent. In fact, when we had spoken to Mr. S. Kumar, the Executive Director of COMEDK, he had told us that he had written to the state government seeking cooperation. So why is it that not even say half a dozen or say 10 constables, a sub-inspector from the local police station has been kind of asked to come there to ensure that kind of a crowd control, that kind of basically trying to say, no one is saying that you need to do a lathi charge, but essentially to control and regulate the crowd so that everyone can be assured of health safety. That is what is important. That's all you need. 10 constables, 10 volunteers, that's all the number you need in order to ensure discipline outside every examination center. Why is it that the message did not go across to the ground? If Mr. S. Kumar had indeed returned to the state governments asking for cooperation, we should definitely know the nature of the request that the COMEDK management had made to all the different state governments. We should know that. In fact, a student wrote to me just a while ago. He had appeared for the COMEDK in Chandigarh. He pointed out a few aspects which are an indication also of the trust deficit. He said at his center in Chandigarh, only half the students took the examination. He said in fact his entire row with 10 computers, he was the only student, the rest of the row was absolutely empty. So in that sense he said he was lucky because of the fact that just about 50% of the students who were supposed to take the exam at that center in Chandigarh turned up. So in that sense, there was social distancing maintained almost by default. Now, when I had interviewed Dr. Vineet Joshi, the Director General of the National Testing Agency, the agency which will be conducting both the JEE mains and the NEET in the month of September, he had said 2 points. He said, we have seen the visuals from earlier examinations like the KCET and the UP B.Ed examination, and those mistakes will not be repeated, they will be rectified. It's obvious today that COMEDK obviously never looked at those visuals. Point number 2, Dr. Joshi had requested that even parents need to cooperate in following the safety protocol. And I personally think he does have a point, because every parent also should ensure that he or she does not add to the mass of people, right? Drop the child, wish your child good luck and move away. Because you need to also contribute in keeping yourself safe, keeping your child safe, keeping other candidates safe as well. Because I do agree that the examination authorities are not doing it the right way, but the non-candidates are also part of that crowd and they need to be kept away so that everyone is reasonably safe in that kind of an atmosphere. You see those pictures, every person who is not a candidate is definitely a potential health risk to everyone around him. Now that the Supreme Court has ruled in favor of the examinations, the NEET and the JEE, can we all promise to contribute as responsible citizens? Since the Supreme Court has said the exams will go on, the NTA believes the exams have to go on. So let's try to keep ourselves safe. If the exam authorities continue to make the same mistakes, especially outside the examination center, let's keep ourselves and every other person around us also safe. The authorities have a job to do. We don't know whether they will actually rise to the occasion and ensure a better NEET, a better JEE mains in the month of September. But as far as we are concerned, parents, guardians, students, just about everyone who has to go to the exam center to drop a candidate, let's also ensure that we keep ourselves and everyone around us also reasonably safe. I think the ball is in our court as well. Thank you very much for watching.